Hello and welcome to the Visionless Designs YouTube channel, the channel where you get to see all the things I can't. So in today's video we're back at the kiln. I had a slight bit of an issue with how it's been running and I've decided to do a bit of an upgrade to it. So we're going to get and see what I've done now and also what went wrong last time. So as you can see here, the wood starts off pretty clear where we're by the heater, and as you go up it starts to form some fungus on the top of it. This is a bit frustrating. Even though the front ones don't have the fungus on them, they're still wet. Everything in here was still over 32% after being in here for 3 weeks. It's all softwood. The problem we've been thinking is lack of airflow from the fans I put on the back, and also a lack of ventilation. The side vent the vent I put on the end, we also noticed was angled upwards slightly, so as the steam was going into the pipe and condensing, all the water was running back into the kiln. So that's something to consider as well. Something you're supposed to do with all households anyway. Make sure your vents are pointing down, so as things condense, the water leaves the house. So we'll go around the back and show you the change we've made now. So another thing I've added to the kiln now to keep on top of everything is this. This is the ThermoPro TP65 wireless humidity and temperature sensor. So this one will tell me what the temperature and humidity is in my workshop, but also it connects to 3 different sensors, which, here we go. These are the TX4s wireless sensors. They are waterproof and heat resistant, so they'll withstand the temperatures and humidity in the kiln, from what I've been told. I've put these in 3 different places in the kiln. One at the front on the far end of the kiln, one on the same wall as the kiln but in the back corner on the floor, and one at the centre of the kiln at the top back. I've put them in 3 different places so we can monitor to make sure that there's ample airflow and temperature distribution throughout the whole thing, and to see if there's any humidity spots building up in it so we can deal with it all easily now. So we're at the back of the kiln now. Here is the old fan that, well, there was 2 of these that was in the back of the kiln. These were 145 cubic meters of air fans that were for a call for chimneys. These are what I got recommended to use by Just Fans. Haven't been doing the job as far as I'm concerned, so we've upgraded from these to this wonderful thing right here. These are capable of 840 cubic meters of air per hour. So, and there's 2 of them in. I don't think, if these things don't do it and there's 2 of them, I don't know what's going to do it. So made sure this is all solid ducting now as well, so no flexi, so there's better air flow through it at shorter distance as possible. Another mistake I made last time was I put the piping on the very bottom of the kiln, so all the hot air was blowing under the stack. This time I've got it blowing actually at the stack, so now all the air is going to be blowing through it, so it should give better performance. But down here on the back we've got one of the new vents. Instead of drilling new holes in the insulation, I decided to use the ones that were already there from the 4-inch fans. So I've got 2 on the back on the bottom now and 2 on the top, as well as the one that was originally on the end of the kiln, which we redid and got it downwards now. So it's the same as the one over there. See, rotate them to get as much or as little ventilation as we need. I'm going to experiment with these because I've now got in total 5 vents, just how many of them open I need, just to see what sort of results we get. So another thing we've upgraded on the kiln now while we're at it is we've put these weatherproof sealant strips along the door. So when we cut the insulation, I didn't manage to cut it perfectly. That'll teach me not to practice first. So we've had to put these on because there was a slight air leak on the side here. Hopefully this should resolve the issue. We've only done it on the inside portion of the door for now. These are quite thick, but they do squidge down relatively small, so it should be fine. So, doors are on, in place, beams are in. As a warning, they were really hard to get in now we've got those ceiling strips on. Should be easier in future, but they're definitely tight in now. So, let's see what difference that makes and see how this sounds. Now we're going to turn this on. Here we go. There's the jet. Not really much different. It's a bit louder than the previous fan, but not concerningly so. Even quieter when we close the doors. Right, now it's just a case of monitoring the temperatures and humidity on the sensors. Okay, so it's been 2 hours now. We've had a quick check of the temperatures on this, and we found that the sensor 1 and 2, which is the one closest to the heater and at the top center, are about 22 degrees approximately, and the third sensor on the far end is currently at 13 degrees centigrade. So it's a bit colder, but that I'm fairly certain is our fault because the end stack is a bit dead stacked. So we haven't actually got stickers going through the end bit because it's posts. This is, as I said, this is a good lesson learned to show us what modifications we need to make. So, yep, on this, again, if you can see it, it shows the temperature on the top, and then below that is the humidity. The one below that is for the unit itself, because this is a temperature and humidity sensor itself. So it does flick through every 5 seconds, which monitor you're on. So it's definitely been extremely helpful. I don't need this at the kiln, I can have this in my workshop, but yeah, just came here to check on how it's all doing. So, yep, this all works well. We'll just carry on and see what modifications need to do in future. Right, so thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you liked it. Don't forget to check out the website, visionlessdesigns.com, where you'll find all my products to help support the channel, as well as links to all my social media and Etsy store. Links are also in the description below. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. See you in future videos.